Hi guys, so today we're going to do a 70-minute yoga class which will focus on the twists. If you have any medical conditions that you need to work around, please make sure you are aware of the options. If you're not sure what to do, please just don't do those movements, okay? There are adaptations and modifications given to the majority of the postures in the class, and if you have any doubts of whether you should participate in this activity, please contact your doctor or seek medical advice on the matter. I'm looking forward to practicing with you, so I'll see you on the mat. Blocks. You can use your blocks. If you don't have blocks, you can just maybe roll up a blanket or something. So you just pop underneath your goods. So just making a seat. Like anything that brings your spine into nice upright spine. Anything that brings your knees slightly maybe underneath your hips, so your knees are not sticking out, so your spine can stay nice and neutral. Maybe if you need to, maybe just slightly tilting your chin towards the chest, if you need to. Then we rest your hands on top of your legs. You can go palms up, you can go palms down, so if you need a little bit more grounding just now, so maybe just rest your hands on the mat, palms facing down or this way up. Again, up to you. So we close your eyes and start with taking a couple of deep breaths in and out, just normal big breaths. Trying to slow down your breathing. Relaxing your face, relaxing your jaws, so keeping your jaws nice and unclenched. Keeping your eyelids nice and heavy, so really heavy eyelids. Trying to keep your gaze between your eyebrows. And on your next inhale, we're going to expand into your abdomen, so it's like you're trying to grow a big Buddha belly. So all the breath that you have, you're trying to send all the breath into your tummy, and then as you exhale, we empty the tummy. Just trying to squeeze the last bit of air from your abdominals, and we do it a few more times. So we inhale, and exhale. And a couple more. Inhale. Inhaling in through nose, out through nose. And one more. Inhale. And exhale. And on your next in-breath, we're going to move your breath from your tummy into your diaphragm, from the diaphragm into the chest, lungs, maybe up your sternum into the bottom of the throat. If you think it's too much, maybe just move it up to your chest and then start to slowly take it down. But inhale to move your breath up. Shoulders can elevate, and then as you exhale, emptying your chest, emptying your lungs, so squeezing every last bit of air out of your lungs, chest, diaphragm, and then belly. And just a few more cycles of breath, trying to keep them nice and smooth. We can set an intention for your practice just now. You can also dedicate your practice to something or someone. You can work on any affirmations of the choice. You can do some gratitude practice, just whatever keeps your mind free of unnecessary thoughts. Trying to really connect with your breath. And if you feel your head is still full of stuff, just maybe count your breaths up and down. So you can go up on 3 and down on 3. And taking the last full breath in. Exhaling it out of your mouth. On your next inhale, you can open your eyes and then place your right hand on top of your head and then just gently tilting your head over to your right. Just feeling the stretch coming from the left side of the neck. And then we prop your head up. And then bring it back into upright position. And then same on the left hand up. And again, prop it up. Back into the upright position. We place both hands on top of your head and then tilt your head forward. Good, and then support your head and tilt your head back. And coming back into upright spine. So keeping your hands behind your head, chest nice and open. From here we take a side stretch over to your right. Good, and then we straighten up both arms, sending your right hand onto the mat, sending your left arm above your head, so bicep stays above the ear. Chest open, rib cage in, breathing into your left rib. Placing your hands behind your head, come back into the center, and then we exhale it over to the left. Both arms straight, lengthen, drop your shoulders. Good, and then both hands behind your head, come back into the center, sending both arms up, and then releasing both arms down. Good, from here taking just a nice and gentle twist to the right, left hand, right knee, right hand behind your spine. And then same over to the other side. Good, and then coming back through to the center, and from here sending both arms up. So we spread your fingers, squeezing the palms of your hands together. So you should feel your chest nice and active, and then we exhale, bringing your hands to heart. Roll your shoulders back and down, and then we exhale it to twist to the right. And center. And left. And center. Good, we do it one more time to each side. So keep your hands glued to the chest so your arms are not moving. So you're moving from your belly button up. And exhale back through to the center, and one more exhale. And inhale, sending your arms up. Roll your shoulders back and down, squeezing the palms of your hands together. Good, and then we take a twist from here, twisting over to your right. And center. Good, and left. And center. Hands to heart. Good, sending your arms down. Roll your shoulders up and down. So just a few shoulder rolls. Good, and then the same to the other side. And then interlacing your hands in front of your chest, sending your arms away from your chin to chest, belly and spine. Inhale, take your arms up. Exhale, take your arms down. We do it one more time. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale, lift. Pushing your arms away from you. Exhale, slowly down. Interlacing your hands behind your spine. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Drop your shoulders. Good, and from here we roll your right shoulder back and down, lean over to your left, chin towards your right shoulder. Back through to the center. Good, and then we roll your left shoulder back and down, lean over to your right, chin to your right shoulder. Left shoulder, sorry. And slowly come back through to the center. Slowly release, shake them off. If you've got the blocks or a blanket, just pull them out. Just keep them nearby if you need them. You might need them. Coming onto all fours. Keeping your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and just a couple of cat-cows from here. Exhale, round your spine, inhale. Looking up, so just a couple more. Exhale, round your spine, pushing the mat away from you, belly into spine. And inhale, looking up, and one more exhale. And inhale, push the mat away from you, bring your belly into spine. Lower abdominals in. So trying to bring your back into neutral, push, 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 push. Good, and from here, stepping your right foot back, stepping your left foot back. So we take high plank. Take plank, we hold it here, we breathe. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And then slowly come down onto your knees, set back towards your heels. And we're going to do 2 more times. So we come back onto all fours, push the mats away from you, take a plank, hold it. Come back down onto your knees, set back towards your heels. And one more. Back onto all fours, plank. Good, and from this plank we're going to take it straight into down dog. So we'll lift, 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 lift. Tailbone to the ceiling, spread your fingers. Pushing through the tips of the fingers, heel of your hands and base of your fingers. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. You can walk on the spot, just bending your knees one at a time, yeah? You can stay still. If you would like to take an option of coming down onto all fours, you can. Okay, so if at any point it's too much of down dog in here, just come down onto your knees and a couple of cat-cows instead. Good, and from here we return back into plank. Hold it here for one breath. Move it back into down dog. Inhale. Bending your right knee. Pushing through the left heel, so both feet on the mat. And then we're going to move your right knee over to the left side, so just like a little twist. Right knee pointing over to the left. And come back into the starting position, then we do the same on the other side. Left knee over to your right. Right heel on the mat. Good, come back into down dog. Inhale, exhale, we take a plank. As an option, you can come down on your knees, okay? If it's too much of planking, just come down on your knees and stay on your knees. We step your feet slightly wider. We take a down dog with your feet a little bit wider. Yep. And from here, we bring your right hand onto the outside of your left leg. You want to look underneath your armpit. Again, if it's too much, we come down onto your knees and we do it from all fours. And then slowly come out of here. And then the same on the other side, left hand, right leg. Looking underneath your armpit. And then slowly, both hands on the mat, come down onto your knees, and from here, a couple of cat cows. So around your spine, chin to chest. Inhale, looking up. And again, round your spine, exhale. Inhale, looking up. And one more, exhale, round your spine. And inhale, looking up. Good. Come onto all fours, tuck your toes under, plank, plank into down dog, and from there we'll walk your feet towards your hands. Stay in there, stay in there, stay in there with your hands on the mat or maybe on your shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we bow. And then on your next inhale, start to slowly come back. Come into an upright spine. Roll your shoulders back and down. Good, come into the center of the mat. Roll your shoulders, sending your arms out in front of you. Tuck your tailbone under. We take a chair. Tuck, squeeze, sit back and down. Yep. Arms outstretched in front of you. Then you can move your feet together. You can squeeze your legs together. If you have a block, you can pop the block between your knees. You don't have to. Sending your hands to heart. Squeeze your hands together. You will take a twist over to the right. Left elbow, right knee. If your legs are not moving, we can hook that elbow there. Pointing your hands to heart. If not, you don't need to hook. We come back through to the center and we do the same over to the other side. We exhale. Hold that. Knees and feet forward, strong abdominals. Come back to the center. Good. And from here, we take the same twist. You can stay here, or again, you can go for the hook. Push off that knee. So feeling really nice and strong twist coming from your left side. And then we straighten up both arms. Sending your right arm up, left arm down. Pushing of that knee. Trying to rotate your chest a little bit more with every breath. Hands to heart, and we do the same on the other side. So we hook, we twist. Find your balance, straighten up your arms. Chest open. Good, hands to heart. Straighten up your legs. Releasing your arms down, we bow. And then inhale, rising up, growing tall, sending your arms up. Good, and then again exhale, we bow. Inhale, slowly, growing tall. Lengthen, we do 2 more times. Exhale. And inhale, you can go out from the sides, hands to heart, and again we bow. And slowly up, inhale, hands to heart, stay in an upright spine, upright position, hold it here, walking towards the front end of the mat. So you want to have the whole length behind you. I'm just going to stand here in front of my wardrobe. Inhale, arms up. Lengthen, 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 lengthen. Squeezing the palms of your hands together. Exhale, hands to heart. Coming down, 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 bow, 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 bow. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow. Bringing your left hand onto your right leg, outside of your right leg. Right arm up, taking a twist. You can keep your knees slightly bent, you can keep your legs straight, it doesn't matter. And then center, and then we do the same over to the other side. So twist, opposite arm to leg, open. Good, come back to the center, hands to heart. Exhale, hands on the mat. We step your left foot back, left foot back. So you're on your right knee the front. Tuck your toes under on your back foot. Knee stays above your ankle, in line with the middle toe. Okay, from here, place your hands onto your hips. So keep your hips nice and stable. We'll shift your weight forward, so coming into nice hip flexor stretch from here. Good, we'll send your arms up, inhale. Spread your fingers, drop your shoulders. Exhale, hands resting on the outside of your right leg. Inhale, sending the arms up. And exhale, twist, 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 twist. Hands on the outside of your leg. Good, and one more, inhale. And exhale, but hold it here. If it feels okay, accessible, you can pick up your left knee off of the mat. So keeping your leg nice and straight, and you can take a twisted lunge. Keeping everything nice and stable. Breathe in, real long and deep breaths from here. Slowly come down onto that knee, sending your arms up. Releasing your hands down, hands framing your foot. Good. We'll push the mats away from you, but slide your foot back, both knees on the mat. Good. We'll step your left foot forward. Come on to kneeling on your right knee. You can use a blanket or something for underneath your knee, or you can fold your mat if you're on a hard floor. Tuck your toes under on your right. Inhale, sending your arms up. Shift your weight forward. Drop your shoulders. Exhale, resting your hands on the outside of your left leg. Pushing on that leg. Inhale, we send them up. Exhale, we release them down. Nice and stable hips, so try to avoid any movement coming from the hips. One more, inhale. And exhale. Good, on your next inhale, arms up. Hands framing your foot. Tuck your toes under. Lift your knee off the mat because we've totally forgotten to take a twist with a lunge. And you can pop your hands back onto the outside of the same leg. Inhale, exhale, knee comes down into the mat, hands framing your foot, push the mats away from you, sliding your foot back, come back onto kneel in. Good, and from here we'll shift your weight forward, bend your elbows, come into cobra or up dog. You should be a little bit more stretched out by now. And then sitting all the way back, bump towards your heels. Okay, we do 3 more times, all fours, shift your weight forward, bend your elbows, cobra up dog, just any back bend of the choice. And then slowly back into your full stretch, bump towards your heels. So just trying to make it into one smooth movement. Up, back bend, sit back. Breathe in as you move, and one more. Inhale, exhale, bend your elbows. Inhale, cobra up dog. And then exhale, back into the stretch. Walk your hands over to your right. Walk, 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 walk. Walk them over to your left. Good, and then come back into the center. Back onto all fours into down dog. Inhale, exhale, we'll step your feet towards the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow. And inhale, growing tall, 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 tall. Sending your arms up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hands to heart. Bend your knees. So you're at the front of the mat. I'm just going to turn here so you can see me. Good. Shoulders back and down. Interlacing your hands. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Sending your arms out in front of you. Deepen, deepen, deepen into your chair. Good. And from here, we straighten up your legs. Sending your arms down. Inhale, come back into your chair. Chair with a fist. Well, interlaced hands. And again, exhale, chin to chest. Straight legs. Inhale. Chair. And 2 more. Exhale. And inhale. Chair. Shoulders down. Last one. Exhale. We'll hold it here. Releasing your hands onto the mat. From here, we step back into plank, high plank. Always make sure you can take an option of all fours. From high plank, you can drop your knees onto the mat, or we can take chaturanga low plank, or kneel in. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Drop your shoulders, chest forward, shoulders away from the ears. We bend your right knee. Bend your right knee, looking over your left shoulder. Bend your left knee, looking over your right shoulder. Releasing both legs onto the mat. Tuck your toes under, moving into down dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, stepping your right foot in between your hands. Left heel pivots onto the mat. So we're coming into the first warrior. Sending your arms up. Knee stays above your ankle, chest facing forward. Drop your shoulders, lift your arms. Spread your fingers. Hold it here, inhale. Lengthen, 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 sending your arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, rest your hands on the outside of your right leg, so coming into a twist. Pushing through the back heel, so your back foot stays flat on the mat. Good, and from here you can pivot your left foot to face forward. Now you have a little bit more room to move here with your lunge. So now if you want to, I'm just gonna move myself. You can maybe go for the elbow if it hooks. Maybe not, maybe just stay in there with the hand, and that's okay, yeah. Maybe you can rest your forearm on the leg and wrap your right arm around your spine. Breathing into the stretch. So always making sure there's at least a little gap happening here, so you're not squeezing everything in there, and making sure you can still breathe. Coming back into the first warrior. Pivot your heel onto the mat. Exhale, hands framing your foot. Back into high plank. From high plank, you can come down onto your knees or chaturanga low plank. Inhale, up dog cobra. Chest open, shoulders back and down. Inhale, exhale into down dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Pivot your right heel onto the mat and into the first warrior. Knee stays above your ankle. Chest facing forward. Arms up. Spread your fingers. Drop your shoulders. Breathe. Take one more inhale. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Exhale, rest your hands on the outside of that left leg. Nice and stable hips. Okay, so trying to keep everything nice and stable. From here we pivot your right foot to face forward. And now it's up to you, so you can stay where you are. You can also come down onto your knee. You can also go for the hook in your elbow. You can rest your forearm here and wrap your left arm around your spine. Again, whichever works for you. Keeping your back leg nice and strong. Inhale, coming back into the first warrior. Pivot your foot onto the mat, send your arms up. Exhale, hands framing your foot. Back into high plank. Okay, in your high plank, we step your feet slightly wider, 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 wider. Option, you can do it from all fours. So we're just gonna move from side to side. If you're in a high plank, swaying your heels over to right and center and left and center. You can add your arm if you want to, so you can open. Just try not to collapse through the rib cage. And center and left. And center and right. And center and left. And center. We do 2 more times. Inhale, open. Exhale, down. Inhale, twist. Exhale, staying where you are. You can take kneeling or come down into chaturanga. Inhale, up dog cobra. Good, and from here we're not moving into down dog, we come back onto all fours. We bring your feet together, knees out, and we sit back into stretch. Breathing into the stretch. Trying to bring your breathing back into normal. You take normal inhale. Exhale, come back onto all fours. From all fours, we sway your hips over to right, head over to the left. And then the same on the other side. So just do it a few times. Good, and then tuck your toes under. Walk your hands towards your knees. If you have blocks, you might want to use your blocks, maybe not. So we roll onto your feet. You can also bring yourself into the center. If you don't have blocks and your heels are coming off the mat, roll up a blanket and just pop a blanket underneath here, okay? If you have blocks, you can pop. My blocks are quite big, those ones. So make sure that your feet are, your heels are on something, okay? So if your squat was nice and upright from here, staying on the mat, you don't need blocks. Roll your shoulders back and down. You can face me if you want to. Just so that you can see better. Good. So not too wide, not too narrow. So when you bring your elbows in, you can still feel stretch coming from your hips, growing inner legs. Okay, so pushing your elbows into your knees. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. Okay, and then we're going to bring your arms out. And we're going to start with your right side. So you walk your right hand slightly out to the right, pushing into that knee. Your left arm is going to go up, 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 and open. Option 1, you stay here. Option 2, you can rest your hand on the small of the spine. Option 3, you can reach forward, wrap, and take a bind here. Sending your left shoulder back and down, chin towards your left shoulder. Again, you don't need to be able to have a bind. You can keep your arms totally straight. And then slowly coming out. Another option for people with bad hips, if you do have, you can just make a seat and you can do exactly the same stuff from here. Or if you feel it's becoming a little bit too much, yeah, you can just come for your twist from here. And we do the same on the other side. Walk your left hand away, right arm up. You can stay here. You can wrap your arm around your spine, or again, we can lengthen, wrap, catch, and bind. Good, and then slowly come out, hands on the mat, both hands on the mat. Walk them forward, chin to chest, take a stretch. Then slowly walk them back, planting your hand into the mat, and then pushing of the mat. Come into straight legs, knees and feet facing forward, and then we walk your feet out, wide. So legs are in a wide stance. You can have your blocks nearby, you can have your old blanket nearby, again, if you do need it. Imagine you're trying to rip your mat apart with the heels, so really nice and strong legs here. Hands underneath your shoulders. Breathing your belly into spine, pushing the mat away from you. We lift your right arm and we open to the right. Open. No movement happening in the hips. So the twist comes again. You start twisting from your belly button up. So you want to rotate your chest. can send your right arm as far back as it goes. So chest is nice and open. Chin towards the shoulder. Exhale it down. Good, we do the same on the other side. Lift and open. Good, and then we exhale it down, we walk your hands towards your right foot. We'll lift your right arm. Left hand near your right foot, right arm up. We'll walk your hands towards your left foot. We'll lift your left arm up. Walk them back to the center. We'll bring your hands onto your hips and then use your tummy muscles to slowly come back into your upright spine. Bring your knees and feet out. So both knees and feet pointing to the corners of the mat, or maybe just slightly further out, depending on how turned out you're here. Bend your knees, so coming into the goddess pose. Knees tracking your feet, okay? If it's too much, you can always do it from straight legs, okay? Bend, turn them out. Nice upright spine, shoulders dropped, tailbone under, arms out. Arms bend at the elbows. Inhale, exhale, taking a twist over to right. And center. Good, and then left. And center. Good, we do it one more time. Exhale, right. Pelvis is not moving, legs and lower body is still, and then center. And one more. Center. And placing your hands in front of you, straight arms. Roll your shoulders back and down, sending your arms down towards the mat. Maybe just trying to go slightly deeper here, so just drop your hips maybe slightly further down. Holding it here, and then if you can, sending your arms towards the back of the mat. If it's too much, stay where you are. And then as you inhale, come back into the starting position. Good, we do it 3 more times, so really nice and strong legs. Exhale, down and through. Inhale, moving it back up. Good, and 2 more, exhale. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. And inhale. Good, and 1 more. And inhale. Staying where you are, releasing your hands onto the mat. Taking a twist over to the right, right arm up. Both hands on the mat, twist over to the left, left arm up. Both hands on the mat. Place your hands onto the hips. Start to slowly come back into your upright spine. Straighten up your legs, shake them off. Whew. That was intense. Shake, shake, shake. Okay, and from here, so we're doing lots of twists today. If you haven't gathered it, it's a twist session. Okay, so I would have something in front of you, so if you have blocks, that's great, so I would have them here, just in case. I'm on a carpet, so I'm not very stable. If you don't have blocks, you might not need them. Blanket, something that is a little bit elevated. Books, cushions, dog, something, cat. Okay, so we cross your right leg with your left leg. Left, crossing your right, yeah. Then we're going to come down. So you bend your knees, bend your knees, bend your knees, bend your knees. Okay, option 1, we can stop here. You can rest your hands on the blocks or on the mat, and that's you. Option 2, you can roll onto the balls of your feet. Yeah, and we keep going down. Not all the way down. You should feel your legs kicking in here. Good. And place your hands onto the mat. Try not to shift your weight forward. So just maybe walk your hands slightly forward without moving your weight forward, without moving the torso forward. We'll leave your left hand on the mat and we open with your right. Good. And then we change sides. We keep your right hand on the mat. Belly into spine. Get your balance. We open with your left. Sending it down. You can flatten your feet on the mat, straighten up your legs, and then start to slowly come back up into standing. Shoulders down. Good. Stepping your feet together. We do it on the other side. Again, whichever way you come into this is up to you. So cross, maybe one side is going to be easier than the other side, depending on any injuries or limitations. So I'm on a carpet and mine, oh my God, it's just not doing it. Okay, so now you cross your left with your right. Yep. Keep your blocks here. Bend your knees. Once you're here, then you make the decision to stay here or not. Maybe roll onto the balls of your feet. Come in slightly down. Bringing your hands onto the mat. So sit back, so you're not shifting your weight forward. We're not moving forward, you're just moving your hands forward. Yeah. And we start with your left hand. Keep your left hand on the mat. We send your right arm up. We release it down. We do the same on the other side. Open, inhale. Exhale it down. Walk them towards your feet. Straighten up your legs and then start to slowly come back up into nice and upright spine. Stepping your feet together, walking towards the front of the mat. Taking the arms up, inhale. Exhale, hands on the mat. Inhale, half a lift. Stepping back into your plank. Plank either onto your knees or lower yourself down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Good, and then exhale. We come down all into the mat and we're going to stay here and breathe. What you can do is you can grab a blanket, just because we've done loads of twisting and core and twist and everything. You can take a blanket, you can fold it this way, like a long way. And that blanket is gonna go between your ribs and your lower belly, so on the soft belly part. Maybe double it up, because mine is quite thin. So soft belly on the blanket, making a pillow with your hands. And then just trying and breathe and chew, so really deep and big breaths. So breathe in, massaging your belly, and then breathing into your lower back. Try and expand into the lumbar spine. taking one more inhale, exhale. Good, and then on your next inhale, you can bring your hands underneath your shoulders, push the mat away from you, come back onto all fours and come back onto all fours, moving the blanket from underneath your belly, from the mat, and then coming into seated on the mat. Okay, so we'll do a couple of seated twists before we go into relaxation. So if you keep both legs straight, find your sitting bones, freeing up your sitting bones. Right knee bend, right knee pointing to the ceiling, so you can start your twist from here. You can step it over. Yeah, you can bend both. Okay, if you're bending both knees and you're not feeling very balanced, you can walk your foot to in front of the knee. Okay, but again, you don't need to do any of the bending. Whatever works. If you've got both knees bent, if you can, try and keep your feet level, so same line. If your bum cheek is coming off the mat, which it might, you can just pop a blanket underneath your bum cheek, so everything stays nice and stable. Roll your shoulders back and down. Come back into upright spine. Sending your left arm up. Lengthen, 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 lengthen. Dropping the shoulder down. As you exhale, you start to twist. Pushing of that knee. Twist, twist, twist towards your right knee. And then you can bring your right hand onto the outside of your knee. You can bring your forearm. You can pop your elbow in here. So pushing of the knee. You can also come into a bind, which is we bind from underneath here, and we catch it. Oh my god. We catch it from here. Oh. Which I really don't like this bind, but you can. You can also do it with a belt. So you go there, hold onto the belt, hold onto the belt, so your belt is behind. And again, always making sure you've got space to breathe. Okay, so try not to squeeze your leg in towards your chest so that there's no breathing space left. Taking one more inhale. Good, and then exhale. Come back into the center. Good, and then we bring your right arm up. Lengthen, 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 dropping your right shoulder back and down. Bring your right arm on the inside of that knee, of the right knee. Left hand behind your spine, and then we twist away from the knee. Chin towards your left shoulder. Take one more inhale. On your next exhale, slowly come back through to the center. Sending your arms up, inhale. And then exhale, sending them down. We'll do it one more time. We'll inhale them up. And then we exhale them down. Good, and from here we slowly undo the legs. And we do the same on the other side. So you bend your left knee. And then assess how far you want to go. So you can stay here, step it over, bend, maybe don't bend. Need a blanket, pop the blanket in there. Okay, and then we start on your right arm up will lengthen. Roll your shoulder back and then exhale, twisting towards your knee. Hand can go onto the outside of your knee. Forearm, you can take a bind, again, whichever works for you. Pushing of the knee, keeping your spine nice and upright. Chin towards your left shoulder. Breathe in into stretch. Taking one more inhale. And then exhale. Slowly come back through. Lift your left arm, inhale. Lengthen, dropping your left shoulder. Left arm goes onto the inside of your left knee. Pushing over that knee. Right hand behind. And taking a twist over to your right. Right shoulder, chin to shoulder. Good, and then slowly come back into the center. Interlace your hands, bend your arms up. And exhale them down. And then interlacing your hands, sending your arms out in front of you, chin to chest. Inhale. Good, and then exhale and slowly release. Gonna undo the legs. Bring your legs together. Rolling your knees over to your right, head over to the left. Good, and then the same over to the other side. And one more exhale. And center. And one over to your left. And center. Good. And from here we come down onto your spine. Do a couple of abdominal things just to counterbalance all the twisting. So if you're staying on the mat, keep your feet flat on the mat and then roll onto the balls of your feet. Tuck your tailbone under, hands behind your head. For exhale, come into your curl. And then you can rest your hands on top of your legs here. Good, and then start to slowly lift your feet off the mat. Just a couple of inches of the mat, lift and down. Lift and tap it down. Good, and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Slowly releasing your arms over your head. Roll your shoulders back and down. Lift both feet off the mat, just a couple of inches of the mat. Tuck your tailbone under. Breathe your belly into spine and breathe in your lower ribs into the mat. So everything here stays flat on the mat. The movement comes from the core. And then slowly release them down. Bring your arms by your sides. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Gently, gently rolling from side to side. Good, and from here, chin to chest, belly into spine. Rock yourselves back into seated. Bend your knees. Last couple of twists, just nice and gentle twist. Rolling your knees over to your right. Squeeze your legs together. Roll them over to your right. Right elbow goes onto the outside of your left knee. Right hand on the mat. And then you bring your legs back into the center. Yeah, and we twist over to the right. And then slowly release. And then we do the same on the left. So both knees over to the left. Left elbow outside of your right knee. Good. Right hand behind your spine. Move, move, move all your legs. Your both legs over to the right. And chin towards your right shoulder. Good, and then slowly coming back out. Drop your knees, coming into diamond shape. Roll your shoulders back and down, finding your sitting bones. So nice and soft hips. Keep your hands level with the hips. So maybe just start coming into a stretch from here. If it feels nice and comfortable, your spine is not rounding, not hunching. You can move your hands to in front of you. You can clasp your hands around your feet. You can maybe rest your hands on the mat. Again, it's up to you. Lengthen and then exhale and releasing into the stretch. Try and hold it here for a few breaths. If you need to support your hips, you can always pop your blocks underneath your hips. Taking one more inhale. Exhale, trying to go slightly deeper into your stretch. Good, inhale. Slowly come out all the stretch. And then if you do have a block, use your block. If you have a blanket, use a blanket for the restorative bridge. So if you pop it underneath your pelvis, if you have a blanket, just fold it, or maybe just a cushion, pillow, whatever you have, yeah. So just make sure that your pelvis, your hips are elevated and you're on something, okay? Rolling your shoulders back and down, arms raised on both sides, flex your feet, sliding your feet forward. Stretching out, releasing your hip flexors from here. Good, and then slowly walk your feet back towards your glutes. Lift your pelvis, take out the block, slowly releasing your spine back onto the mat. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Keep your elbows nice and wide so you're not restricting your breathing here. Maybe just gently rolling from side to side. And then straighten up both legs, flex your feet. So we cross your legs above the knees, knee above the knee, bend, knee above the knee, yep. If it's your right leg crossing your left, we roll over to your left. Roll over to the side of the bottom leg. And then looking over to the opposite side. Trying to keep your shoulder blades on the mat. Then we come back through to the center. When we change the legs, so you're rolling over to the side of the bottom leg. So roll them over to that side, head over to the opposite side. Shoulder blades on the mat. Start to slowly bring your breathing back into normal. Start bringing your breathing back into normal. Slow down your breaths. it, and then slowly come back into the center, hugging your knees in towards your chest. And then stepping your feet onto the mat. Then you can straighten up your legs, and then you can start to slowly get ready for your relaxation. So I know it's quite bright. If you have anything you can pop on top of your eyes, you can. So you're blocking out the sunlight. Jumpers, blankets, whatever you would like to roll and put underneath your knees or maybe underneath your head, just to make it a little bit more enjoyable. Bringing your arms slightly wider, so slightly away from your torso. Bringing your legs slightly away from each other. Close your eyes, relax your face, relax your jaws, keeping your eyelids nice and heavy. Keeping your tongue just floating in your mouth to try and not to attach it to your palate or the gums or the teeth. Trying to keep your gaze between your eyebrows and just letting go of everything. Just breathing it all out. Focusing on your breath. Can start to slowly move your fingers, you can move your toes, you can move your ankles. Again, nothing too big, just nice gentle movements. In your own time, just maybe bending your knees and just gently swaying your knees from side to side. And then whenever you're ready, you can start to slowly come back into any comfortable upright position. It doesn't have to be cross-legged. Try to keep your eyes closed if you can. You can sit cross-legged, you can sit wide-legged, again, whichever works for you. You can sit on the block. Once you've arrived to a comfy position, we just rub your hands together, so just try and create as much heat between your hands as you can. And once they're nice and warm, placing the palms of your hands over the eyes and just stay in here for a couple of deep breaths. Then start to slowly bring your hands back on top of your knees, keeping your eyes nice and closed. Inhale, sending your arms up. And exhale them down. We'll do it 2 more times, but inhale them up. And exhale down. On the last one, we'll inhale them up, spread your fingers. Squeezing the palms of your hands together, sending your hands in towards your forehead. From the forehead into the heart, from the heart onto the mat, sliding your hands away from you. Then bringing them back to heart. And thank you. If you feel you need to do last couple of movements at the end of the practice, just whatever you feel has been missing from your practice, just do it in your own time. Head roll, some kind of stretch, anything that's